For years, I thrived in the high-pressure business world, but the workaholic life finally caught up with me. I was 35, very overweight, in chronic pain with severe mobility issues, terrible diet, no exercise. My health was a complete wreck. Then I went to a gentle yoga class and felt truly relaxed. The stress just melted away. I went from a size 18 to a size 8. I stopped getting sick. Pain disappeared. I learned to open my heart and I felt happy for the first time in years. So I said goodbye to the business world and started teaching. Yoga doesn't have to be strenuous. The easiest movements can trigger major release of chronic symptoms, no matter your age.
Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems.
Hello, I'm Deborah Devine, and that was my story. My stressful lifestyle suppressed my immune system, which left me vulnerable to colds and respiratory infections. I was constantly sick. But then I found gentle yoga. I was able to reduce stress hormones, which gave my immune system an automatic boost. Today, I'm sharing a very simple yoga sequence to help prevent colds and bronchitis. Let yoga be your secret weapon to calm your heart, reset your nervous system, and soothe your mind. Holiday stress can contribute to getting colds and bronchitis, but yoga can be your remedy to help you recover and feel better. These amazing yoga solutions help clear out the respiratory system, move the toxins out, and soothe those aching muscles. Let's now come down onto the ground or seated in a chair for nasal irrigation with a spoon and Kapala Bhati. We are using salt water to irrigate our sinuses. Many of us have heard about Neti pot, and that is a very effective way to keep our sinus passages clean and clear. And using another technique, just some salt in water, lukewarm or a little bit warmer water, a small spoon here, and breathing the water up into one nostril, tilting the head back and allowing that water to come down the back wall of the sinuses. And then do the other nostril. If you do several rounds of this type of nasal irrigation, you are going to take out a lot of waste products and foreign objects that have been lodged in the sinuses for a long time. When we are in cold season, especially in the wintertime, things get really dry. We get dehydrated, and the walls of our sinuses can actually get cracked. And that might be where some of our foreign invaders might be coming in and lodging themselves. So using nasal irrigation as a daily practice to keep our sinus passages clean and clear is a wonderful way to keep colds and bronchitis at bay. Now, Kapala Bhati is a wonderful follow-up practice to irrigating our nasal passages. And it's a very simple technique. We are going to exhale firmly, and this idea of moving the stomach back toward the front spine is going to create this wonderful wave of air coming out of the nostrils. Let me demonstrate for you. Of course, you'll want to keep a Kleenex close at hand, and we do several rounds. We'll try 5 breaths. Maybe we'll try 10 breaths. If you can get up to 25 breaths, you can get a lot of heat going here, and that is wonderful for also helping our immune system. 80% of our immune system is in the guts, so let's go for Kapala Bhati. Now, take the Kleenex and keep it close at hand, and exhale firmly. Wonderful. Now, feel how much more open and fresh you are now. This is a wonderful way to start the day, an excellent morning practice to keep your immune system and colds and bronchitis at bay. Prasarita Padattonasana, standing forward fold with wide legs. Now, we're going to be engaging the Ujjayi breath as we go into our forward fold, and that's a very slight constriction at the base of the throat. And it's meant to extend the breaths so that we can create more lung capacity so that we can bring more oxygen and more prana, more life force into ourselves. So the feet come wide, wider than the hips, and then we bend the knees. We take the sit bones back. We let the pelvis come up and over the heads of the femurs, and then we reach forward toward the ground, toward a chair, and we let the head hang. Long, slow, smooth in breath and long, slow, smooth out breath. Keep the knees nice and bent so that we can protect the low back. Now we'll bend one knee at a time and just take the hips from side to side. Exhaling completely, feeling the belly come to the front spine. Now we come back to center. We inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine, get lots of space in between the discs. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then we'll come back to moving the hips from side to side. Use the Ujjayi breath, that very slight constriction at the back of the throat here. Now we'll come back to center. We'll take our hands onto our knees, energize the legs, and rise up. Now we're going to take some sun breaths. Bring the feet closer together. Lift the ribs off of the pelvis, and then hands to heart center. Sun breaths to bring more openness and expansion into the upper part of the chest. Inhaling out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling out and up, really reaching, opening the armpits. Exhale, hands to heart center. Come back on the heels, energize the legs and the glutes. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now we're going to do a few neck stretches. So we're going to take the left arm out just a couple of degrees away from the left hip. The right arm is going to come up and over. We're lengthening the back of the neck, and then the head tilts over. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Let the shoulder come out away from the base of the neck. We're going to take that left arm, bring it down behind the low back. Bring the shoulder back, bring the elbow back, and then just create this beautiful opening in the left part of the neck. The arm comes out again. Rotate the arm so the palms face up. Then lift the arm just a few more degrees, reaching out, energizing the upper arm. Feel the tricep. These triceps get sleepy, so just energize and bring it up and hug it up to the bone. And then arm comes down. Right arm comes up and over, and we just stand and notice the difference between the left and the right side. Now let's go to the other side. The left arm comes up and over. We lengthen the back of the neck, engage the legs, tilt the head over. It's so important for us to move lymph and energy out of the neck. Stress keeps our shoulders high. Things get stuck here. The muscles start to shorten. The connective tissue starts to bind. And then our lymphatic system starts to become compromised. So it's important to open things up and create new, fresh prana to allow to come in and nourish all of the cells here. We're going to come down into elevated leg shavasana. For Rosemary, we've got 4 bolsters that are going to really elevate her legs quite nicely. And Karen and I are just going to use a round bolster to support our knees and give a little bit of space into the low back. If you'd have a blanket or a towel handy, you could use that as your support as well. If the low back is pinchy at any time, just move the hips away from the ribs. Let the upper legs rotate inwardly. The heels are moving out, the toes are moving in, the knees are moving in as well. And then we let them go. This is creating a little bit more room in the SI joints. Take the shoulder blades down the back and in behind the heart. Let the arms come away from the sides of the ribs so that the ribs can move freely as we work with the breath. Feel yourself surrender to the ground. Take a few breaths and sense that feeling of getting wider and flatter with every out-breath. We take a long, slow, smooth in-breath into the feet, into the legs. breathing in light and spaciousness and exhaling tension. Now bring awareness to the left side of the belly, just behind the stomach, the spleen. It's a very large organ that's an accessory organ to the immune system and the lymphatic system. In fact, it acts like a very large lymph node. Blood is coming in here and being cleansed. Lymph is coming through here and being purified. Bring your awareness here to the left side of the belly and take a long, slow, smooth, and complete in-breath. Pausing at the top of the in-breath and then exhaling. Take another long, slow, smooth in-breath into the spleen. Breathing in light and spaciousness.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and stay up to date on all the latest videos. And let me know in the comments section below what other kind of videos you'd like to see.